What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? My peeps, my peoples. Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about the season finale of the Porsha Williams Family Matters show. Thank God this is it, because Lord have mercy. We were supposed to have more episodes, but they call it quick. They call it quick, baby. Oh, Lord have mercy. So much going on. And then we have, Simon step to Aunt Liz and say they need to put some respect on Porsha. They need to put some respect on her, point blank, period, because she is the granddaughter. I was like, OMG, like he's stepping up to the plate. But why didn't he step up to the plate when Dennis was causing all this, when he was yelling back at Porsha at the dinner? How come he didn't say anything then? He was rubbing Dennis back, telling him, come on, let's just do this for another day. But it also seems like Simon does not want to get involved when it comes to Porsha and Dennis' relationship, because once he gets involved, and actually speaks to Dennis and tell Dennis how he feels and what he thinks is going on, and he put himself in the middle, that's really going to hinder a whole lot going on. But sometimes two minds can work better than one. But in any event, he addressed Aunt Liz, but didn't address Dennis. And did you guys hear what Aunt Liz said? Aunt Liz said that Dennis was not able to leave. So basically, I'm saying, once Porsha kicked Dennis out and talked about his mother and talked about the girl that he brung to Mexico, and I was like, Dennis should have just got up and he should have left. He should have walked away. And basically, Aunt Liz is saying that Dennis was not able to get up and walk away. He was confined. So what happened? The producers, did the production company, did the producers tell him to stay, that he couldn't leave? Because if that's the case, they're at fault at the situation too as well when it comes down to, Porsha Williams, Dennis McKinley, Storm, and everybody. When it comes down to that situation, if Dennis couldn't leave, you know what I mean? So they kept him there when Porsha was emotional. Porsha was yelling. Porsha was screaming. Porsha was just basically ready for Dennis to leave and ready for him to go. And she wanted his mama to go too as well. Then Dennis stopped and he had a conversation and he was yelling back and forth with Porsha. So was he not able to leave? Did they have them in that era and say, no, you can't go, and blocking them from leaving? Because that's the only reason why, they may be at fault for the situation. So therefore, this is probably the reason why Porsha Williams was able to not discuss the situation. Whatever didn't get caught on camera, and no one is really talking about or addressing Storm. Like they say, oh, Storm said this, oh, Storm said that. But the way that Aunt Liz is behaving, the way that everybody's behaving, after we get the story that Storm basically dropped about Dennis and everything that went on with that situation. No one on the show seems to care about that situation. And when Storm came out and she spoke about what went down and what happened between her and Dennis, we heard all the yelling, we heard all the screaming and everything. So if you screaming like that, something's going on, because nobody just really screams like the way we was hearing them scream. So it's either Storm or her mother. Sound like it was her mother screaming, because her mother was, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, give me a hug, Storm. I never had a hug before, baby. So in any event, with that situation, Porsha waited a couple of days or even a week to speak up on and said that she should have said something. She should address this situation that went down. And the reason why Porsha, she said that she behaved in the manner that she behaved, throwing things and everything, is because she was seeing what a man was doing to a woman. And that's what she posted on her Instagram. If that's the case, how come nobody cares on the show? How come your family don't care? Ain't nobody caring at all. And then publicly you gave that little small statement to kind of confirm that she was telling the truth. But it's like nothing has been dealt with. Nothing has been nothing. You know what I mean? So it just seems like so many people got played coming on this show thinking it was about something else, and they didn't know exactly what it was about. Basically it was a show of chaos, and they showed Porsha chaos life. And I told you guys from the beginning, Porsha Williams didn't have one friend on that show, including her sister, her auntie, and everything. People was waiting to get it out how they feel about Porsha and everything, and that's what they did. Londi did it, the assistant Lauren, the sister Lauren, Dennis McKinley, and also Gina. Gina made sure that she told the world that Porsha done cheated on her son, so don't be acting like Porsha is innocent or she's the victim because she cheated on my son. So you know what I mean? So Porsha back was up against the wall. She picked the wrong people. She picked everything wrong. She should have just been on Real Housewives of Atlanta and call it a day, because baby, you got your family members out here, defending your baby daddy that cheated on you. And we got Aunt Liz, she's sitting there asking Dennis to bring some hot dogs. One thing about Dennis is he has Southern hospitality. And that's the thing. When they was having the event for, the food pantry in honor of Porsha Williams' grandfather, guess who she asked to bring hot dogs? Dennis. And she kept saying Dennis is good. She said Lauren's good. Everybody's good. She talked about Dennis being a good father. How come Aunt Liz didn't say Porsha was a good mother or Porsha was a good woman? You got Aunt Liz basically saying that when it comes to Lauren, she's good, she's wonderful, she's a good daughter, she's a good person. She didn't say one good thing about Porsha, and that's Porsha's own auntie. Only person that really didn't say nothing bad about Porsha was Aunt Darlene and the other lady that was there, but they really was in, they was in Kalaho land in their mind. So therefore, it's like Porsha, thinking that her family got her back, and baby, none of them had her back. Nobody had her back. Her mother had her back so far, she didn't even come on the vacation. And in any event, what you learn from this show is that Porsha family don't rock with her. They don't really like Simon at all. They like Dennis McKinley better. They think he was a better fit for her. They think her listening to Dennis is better than her listening to Simon. That's what Londi said. That's what Dom said. And also, that's what the assistant Lauren said. And even Lauren, her sister, said that she didn't feel comfortable around Simon by herself at all. And that's why she had Londi come to the meeting in the beginning of the season of the Porsha Williams Family Matters. So in any event, Porsha thought a whole nother thing. Porsha thought that it was good. Porsha said that Dennis was acting like he was supportive of their relationship, that he get the relationship, and all of a sudden he flipped the script, baby. I guess this is the only time he could tell you how he feels. But in any event, Porsha, yes, you was out there by yourself. You was out there alone. If anything, your family should have got at you off camera, but not on camera, because you are the bag. You gave your auntie Liz a platform to talk about the family, to talk about, your grandfather, the pantry. Porsha Williams has donated money to, building the pantry. Even Simon donated money, and Auntie Liz ain't got nothing good to say about Porsha or Simon. Lord have mercy, y'all. But in any event, let's just get down to the situation. Let's get down to the show, baby. What a shame. What a shame, y'all. Like Porsha, I don't think Porsha even had any idea that her family picked Dennis over Simon. And they're not even feeling Porsha at all. Porsha may not be the best person. Porsha may not have everything down pat. Porsha may not be the brightest, you know what I mean? But one thing is for sure, she's kind of still leading the legacy of the family last name as far as Hollywood entertainment and in the public, and they don't give her no credit for that, baby. And even her auntie Liz said, you can go to a few marches, you can put your fence up, but you still cannot lead the legacy. But yeah, auntie Liz is there getting her some camera time, baby. Lord have mercy. And in any event, Porsha Williams said she thought one of the producers or one of the staff members looked like Dennis McKinley. Girl, Dennis McKinley is all over your mind. And when it comes to Dennis and Porsha, at the end of the episode and in the beginning of the episode, you could see that they're both hurt by one another. They are both hurt. Porsha can't forgive Dennis, and Dennis don't understand why Porsha can't forgive him. Like, you know what I mean? So from that point on, it's just like, you can see Porsha and Dennis at the end of the episode laugh and joke because they know each other, but they're so hurt by one another that they can't see eye to eye. And Dennis ain't playing no games at all with the situation. You can even see Porsha was trying to be, loving and trying to be girlfriendish like towards Dennis when he came to the door, and he was like, I ain't even coming in the house. That's almost like boyfriend and girlfriend relationship when when things go sour. And she was trying to be, soft. She was trying to basically show that she's kind of sorry, but she can't say it. And Dennis was like, Porsha would step on your foot and she won't even say sorry. And so they're painting a picture of Porsha being an absolute monster. This is what this show is about. Porsha being a monster, Porsha walking over her family, Porsha not treasuring her family, Porsha putting Simon on a pedestal and not really introducing him to the family and having a whirlwind romance with him and leaving her family hanging, and they don't know what's going on. They're reading the blogs just like everybody else. And so they feel a certain type of way. And they definitely were feeling away, baby. For real, for real. So please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. Hey, Jordan, how you doing? What's going on? What's up, Gucci? I'm here, baby. I'm glad you're here. What's up, Jordan? What's up? I think Porsha, her family. Yo, it was just bad. It was bad all the way. Lorraine, what's going on? How you doing, baby girl? What's up? The father side doesn't like her mom's side. You know what I mean? So, and the Auntie Liz was like saying all these things about, you got to meet the other side of the family. What type of auntie does that when you begging her baby daddy for some hot dogs? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's mad shady. And we all got aunties like that will look in your face and be all nice and you and tell you what to do. But yet, when they see your intimates, they be talking about you and giving them gossip, and then she's doing it on TV. So she don't care about Porsha. Porsha may not be the best, but at least where Porsha's at, you were on her show talking about, the legacy of the family and actually showing your pantry, and you're distributing, of food, and Porsha and Simon donated to that. You know what I mean? Like, Lorraine, exactly. Father's side does not like Porsha. They don't like Porsha at all. Hey, what's up, Washington? About Porsha mother. Porsha mother's just like, whatever, get how you can get it. That's it. She's about that situation. And Porsha, if you go back to Porsha and her first marriage, Porsha wants to be submissive, but at the same time, she wants to be controlling. And she wants somebody to lead her, but at the same time, she wants to jump in and lead. And I think Simon is giving her that comfort where he's taking control of everything. And she didn't find that in Dennis because Dennis was still running the streets. Dennis was still cheating. Dennis was having girls here and there. The family knew about it, all types of stuff. What up, Raheem Charles? What's up? What it do, baby? Yes, we all have, we all have them auntie laughing in your face and talking about you to your baby daddy, to your husband, then turn around and ask them for $100, ask them for $500, but then shade you and see you again and talk all nice and tell them what you need to do, but yet you being shady and talking about me, but I'm the one that's putting money in the pot. I'm just one that's helping you out. If it wasn't for me laying down with Dennis, you wouldn't be getting no hot dogs. And think about it, Dennis, he had Londi a job. He was helping out Lauren when she was throwing events for Porsha and providing the food. Dennis gives to Porsha's family. That's why they like him. You ain't gonna never hear Mama Diane talk bad about Dennis because Dennis is not selfish when it comes to money, when it comes to helping out Porsha Williams' family. And that's why they're close to him, because he gives them advice, he gives them money, he gives them employment, and things of that nature. And I don't think they're going to get that from Simon. And Porsha feels like, oh my God, I can't believe I let my family be close to this man because look, I'm eating crow now. And it is what it is. Lord have mercy. I'm just like, baby, like, this is crazy. Hey, Tony, I didn't even see you. What's going on? How you doing, Tony? So, yep, that is the situation. And Dennis, she was like, you're not gonna turn into salt when you come in. You're not gonna disappear. You're not gonna wither away, Dennis. And Dennis was like, nah, but you can see the hurt in his eyes. You can see the disappointment in his eyes. You can see that he wants to grab Porsha, pick her up, and she wants to run into his arms too as well. But their egos and him being hurt because he can't believe that she's really getting married. She's really got his daughter around another man. She's traveling all over the world. She's showing everybody who she's she's with this guy. Because at one point in time, Dennis was that main man. Dennis was on the show. Dennis was filming with Porsha. Dennis filmed Real Housewives of Atlanta with Porsha. He filmed the baby special, and Dennis is a businessman. And he be promoting on his Instagram, but him and Porsha was supposed to do that together. Remember, Dennis said he wanted to start a streaming service of him and Porsha being filmed 24 hours so the contract can go okay with Real Housewives of Atlanta, that it doesn't interfere. Dennis had a lot of plans, but Dennis couldn't keep his bun. He couldn't keep his hot dog in the bun, so that was a problem. And Porsha can't forgive him from cheating on her in her most vulnerable state, and that's when she was pregnant. And it's gonna be years down the line that they might actually forgive one another, but right now it ain't happening. And when it comes to PJ's getting her tonsils and all that other stuff taken out. She's dehydrated. She's not eating, but Dennis is an active father, and that's his first child. So he gonna beat it. And then on top of that, he got money, he got real money. So child support, none of that stuff is the issue. And Porsha basically, she said that Dennis did apologize for some things. So basically, she put it out there that he apologized, and we are assuming, or I am assuming, that he is apologizing about the situation with Storm. And in the event, because why else would he apologize? Because Porsha was rude and disrespectful to him and his mother at the table. But in any event, everybody's trying to act like, Mama Diane is perfect. Mama Diane been poking at Porsha, taking shots at Porsha since she started with, Porsha. She doesn't do much to calm down the situation when she's face to face with Porsha and Dennis is there. She could be more of a mediator, but she is more of an antagonizer too. And she feels a certain way about Porsha. And also she feels like Porsha didn't let her be close to the family. But girl, did you see yourself on Porsha Williams' baby special? You wasn't that supportive at all. And then when her and Dennis broke up, you wasn't there. You chose side. You chose your son's side, even though he was wrong. And Porsha may have cheated. It's not factual, but you came on this show to call out Porsha for cheating, and this Porsha was trying to make this show last for another season, try to make it work. So y'all could be like the Cosbys, or it could be like something that it may not have to be so dramatic with drama. She thought that her family was going to come together. Gina was going to come together. She didn't sit down and she didn't have a conversation with these people at all, because baby, they came to spill your tea, Porsha. They didn't come there for no sit down and co-parent, because regardless, Mama Gina and Dennis were going to take you to court anyway. And then we have, now Lauren got her hair done. She got her makeup done. She's looking nice. And also your family could be kind of pissed off that they didn't have no makeup, no wardrobe, no hairstylist, no nothing. They showed Dennis more than they showed Simon. Yes, they did, girl. Yes, they did. But what about Porsha wanted Londy fired? Portia's denying that. You already reading her. Look, what's up? And so, so Lauren, she finally looks good. She finally got, the acne fixed up and stuff like that, and got her hair done for the show. When your family come to your show looking all messed up and wrecked up, looking like they ain't never been to a store and went shopping before other than Storm, you know what I mean? And Storm's mother. You know what I'm saying? Like you sacrificed some of your hair and wardrobe. They should have had some gold neck, especially Londy. Londy should have had some gold necked hair. Lauren should have had some gold necked hair. She should have had her hair done. Lauren was looking a hot mess, and so was your cousin. Londy looking a hot mess. Like finally we see Londy in a full-fledged outfit, something that she didn't make up. Like God. And so they might be feeling a certain type of way because you had them on TV looking crazy. Porsha, you was lit. Your hair was done. Your makeup was done. Whether you had a wig on, whether you had your short hair, you got your aunties, you got, your cousin, your sister out here looking like you done picked them up off the street. You went to Home Depot to pick them up and film with you. Like, what's going on? Like this is crazy, Porsha. So they have a beef with you. If you would have let them look, if you would have gave them hair and makeup, Simon should have been like, y'all need to look good on TV. If they would have had hair, makeup, and had their hair done and their nails, they would have probably felt like, oh my God, Porsha's changing. Porsha want us to look good too. And they would have felt probably a whole lot better about you. But they had to dig through them suitcases with nothing in them, no style, no fabric, no gel, no bobby pins, no brush, no comb, no oil, no cocoa butter, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you'd have made them look a little bit beautiful, they probably would have, did a little bit right by you. But they, what's up? First is V. How you doing? What's going on? How y'all doing? Much love to y'all, each and every one of y'all. So in any event, you guys are my peeps. You guys are my family. I love each and every one of y'all. And so we have Auntie Liz is shady than a mother sucker. She's sitting there bigging up Lauren. Lauren, you did the best. Lauren didn't do the best that she could. Lauren got them all drunk, sitting over there drinking that, tequila and everything. She didn't go check on each one to see how they were feeling. Did they come to a conclusion? They just popped down at the table. Lauren act like she didn't know what was going on at all. She didn't jump in and try to calm down Porsha, say, Porsha, come on, let's take a break. Then we got Aunt Liz saying that Dennis couldn't move, he couldn't leave. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, that's why Dennis didn't go to jail. That's why nothing went down out of that situation, because if they couldn't leave that area and they was told to stay there and that altercation happened, that means it's on production and the producers, baby. And Aunt Liz, one thing Aunt Liz is not a liar, because she's been telling the truth the whole time she been here. She don't like Porsha. She don't like Porsha's mother. And imagine what Porsha's mother had to deal with when it comes to her side of the family. And she didn't say not one night. I know Lauren didn't donate no money. I know Lundy didn't donate no money. Porsha donated a lot of money to that foundation. So did Simon, because they was posting it up on Instagram when they did it in the summertime. And you ain't say nothing nice about Porsha. You don't even say she was a good mother. So in any event, TR. I know I be doing too much. Exactly. I think her mom must have some surgery done. Lauren did better than Porsha. Hey, what's up, P-Man? I love Liz. Liz is, oh my God, Liz is one of them aunties. Lord have mercy. If she don't like your side of the family, or if your side of the family's not connected, baby, she gonna drag you. When Porsha and Diane come to her house, I bet you after they leave, she checks the house and makes sure nothing ain't stolen. I bet you she does that. And I bet you she starts spraying Febreze and Lysol and everything once Porsha Williams side of the family leave the house. Auntie Liz is a mess, and she does need some oil sheen in that wig she got on top of her head. Oh, thank you so much, Tony. I just talking mess. So in any event, so you got that situation. Yo, Auntie Liz is a mess, y'all. Porsha, you signed up to a show with people that don't like you. Auntie Liz was like, yo, let me tell you, Mama Gina said that she was trying to change, she was trying to do this, and she was trying to do that, and she was accepting, basically saying Porsha wants no parts of it. But, Auntie Liz is not, thinking about, well, Porsha might be upset because Mama Gina, if she really wanted to blend the family, why is she bringing up that I cheated on her son? And then Dennis acts like he don't even know about the cheating situation. You know what I mean? So, Mama Gina, nobody can do no wrong but Porsha, baby. Porsha is wrong. Girl, your family don't rock with you. And you know what? The sad thing about it is that Porsha family don't rock with her. Is that's going to bring Porsha closer and closer to Simon, where he's going to be her only communication, only person that she listens to, and her family's not going to know what's going on or what's happening, and she's not going to be able to run ideas by anybody that's going to be truthful and honest with her. And so now they push Porsha close into isolation, because Portia's not rocking with none of them other than Storm. And she's not really rocking with Storm like that either, because Storm did too much. She had to make Porsha come out here and make a statement. You know what I'm saying? And Mama Diane is just like, yo, I'm laying up in the cut. I'm up in Porsha's old house, chilling, doing my thing. The house will be ready when she come back. Hopefully she don't come back. But in any event, so you got Auntie Liz. She's basically bigging up Mama Diane and this and that. And Blase in the third. She's bigging up Dennis. But Porsha don't get nothing. Well, Porsha, she got Mama Diane saying this. But she's also upset that Mama Diane said she cheated. And then, she's off. She's not really knowing where Dennis is going to go all the way. And then she got Lauren at that same, retreat or event that they did. You got Lauren basically saying, I don't work for Porsha. I will never work for her again. And only thing we got in common is go naked here. I won't be her assistant. Lauren then came out publicly and said things about Porsha Williams. And then on top of that situation, Lauren was like, she didn't like the way she was being treated by Porsha. She didn't like this. So it was all it was a it was like, let's get at Porsha. Let's get at Porsha. And then Dennis went all the way in. I don't know if Porsha felt like Dennis felt this way about her and her relationship. Would she wouldn't have asked Dennis to be on the show. So Porsha may be telling the truth that Dennis switched on her. You know what I mean? Lord, we don't know. I'm just like, oh man, like this is just crazy. Especially when it comes to this situation. And then you got Aunt Liz basically saying you're a good father, you're good everything, or you're gonna be at the hospital with Porsha. How's that gonna be? Basically saying you're in a world of trouble dealing with Porsha alone. I'm just like, oh man. And so now look at Londi. Londi finally got on a full-fledged outfit, a one-piece outfit that she didn't cut up, that she didn't make cut up jeans, cut up shirt. Somebody that gave her a dress. I don't know where they found that dress at, but it looks nice on her. This is the best outfit that we done seen Londi in and covered up, where she's not showing the world. You know what I mean? What she working with. So she came through and she's all happy and stuff. And Porsha gonna have her crying, baby. Porsha, hey, what's up, Prosperity? B, how you doing? Hello, I'm so glad it's over. It is supposed to be over. And so Londi, she has a situation. Londi feels like Porsha don't have her back. She feels like Porsha went and got her fired. And in the way that she describes how Porsha treated her, like, what's up, Monique Hill? How you doing, baby? After Gina said that, they didn't show Diane anymore else but Porsha. Yup, she done got out the way. For real. And so, Londi got her hair done. Somebody did Londi's hair, you know what I mean? Because Londi was on this TV looking a mess. And Porsha, if you would have invested money in your cousins and your family members to have hair, wardrobe, and makeup and demand that for your show, I guarantee you the outcome would have felt differently. Because when you look good, you feel good, and you do good things, and they would have been good by you. And then if you would have told them they can keep the clothes, oh, baby, they wouldn't have dogged you out like that. But they didn't leave no stone unturned. So them other 2 episodes that we're missing, I know they told her all, because Londi, she's feeling a certain type of way, and she's not happy with Porsha at all, and she's believing everything Dennis McKinley is saying because she don't understand why she was fired, and she believes that Porsha did that to her, and she believes Porsha treats her bad, instead of Porsha being the big cousin and saying, like, how do you feel that way? Tell me what makes you feel that way. Porsha turned around and made it about herself. Porsha, this is your show. You have to be diplomatic. You have to make yourself look good. When the people around you ain't trying to help you look good, you got to try to make them look stupid. You got to try to get down to the situation like you want to resolve it and heal it instead of going off. So now you go off on your cousin. Now everybody's going to continue to believe that you did go after Mama Gina, and you did go after Mama Gina, because when they was holding you back, Porsha, you were saying, where is Gina? Where's Mama Gina? And that's the worst thing that you could have ever did. There ain't nothing that Mama Gina could do or say that could have you acting like that in your place of business, where you work, where you had your blood and sweat and tears, where you did whatever you had to do to get to where you go, whether it was good or bad or indifferent, and it looked ugly on TV. You don't let your daughter's grandmother come in there and do anything, because all she gonna do is sit there and laugh at you, because she don't like you. She don't like you at all, and she ain't never liked you. But one thing is for sure, she did want her son to marry you because you was having his baby. What's up, LA? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Aunt Liz was married to a Nigerian actor worth $9 million. Okay. Said that to her. I know she was doing the Matrix. I know he did come after her. He did come after her. And basically, I don't think he was wrong, but I think he should have approached Dennis, and we'll never know if he ever approached Dennis. But at the same time, like her family straight up disrespected her. Her family straight up made her look even worse than what she'd been looking out here. They already knew that Porsha was getting on this show and she was gonna be with Simon, and Simon was a married man, and he was married at the time that they filmed this show. And if they was gonna bring her down, if they was gonna talk negative about her, they should have just not even signed up for the situation. They shouldn't have even did that, because you disagree with the family in private, but not in public. You know what I mean? And so they're pushing Porsha farther away, where she ain't gonna have no type of allies to talk to. And the next time we see Porsha, we don't know what is gonna be. I hope they can work out. We'll see. We'll see. And Londi, I like Londi. I love the way Londi talks. I like her voice. Something about Londi's voice is so smoothing. And so I like Londi. I like the way that she talks. I like her vocabulary. I like that, but I don't like the way she dressed. Okay? The way that she dressed when she was talking about Porsha Williams' side of the family, like hillbillies and this and that. Girl, you dress like a total hillbilly, baby. Baby, you dress like you are a bunkin'. You dress like you will be in the trailer park, girl. Okay, so don't be talking about nobody else's family. Don't be talking about your own family like that. But thank you so much, LA. I appreciate that. Much love. I appreciate that so much. But Porsha keep making everybody around her cry, and they grown. I know they're all crying, Jordan. They're all crying because they have underlying issues with her, and they let Porsha think that they was going to come on this show and have her back. They were probably going to say stuff about Dennis, but no, her whole family flipped the script on her. Thank God it's Porsha and not me, because there would have been a whole lot of ass whoopings going on. Oh, what you say about me? They talked about Porsha, first night with Dennis, third night with Simon, and she's doing everything Simon tells her to do, and she's pop blocking and dropping it. Like, they said that about Porsha on this show when Porsha's trying to be, America's sweetheart. Like, with enemies like that, why do you even need family? Yo, we know Porsha ain't no angel, but if she's trying to have her whole family get paid on the show and maybe gonna get picked up again, the family came through and made sure that won't work and that won't happen. Like, how are you supposed to win and help your family to win, even though you were wrong in the past, Porsha, but you're giving them an opportunity now? And they dropped the bag on you. They dropped the bomb on you. They dropped the bomb on Porsha. Porsha, if you ain't never had a reality check, you got a reality check. So, LA, if Auntie Liz was married to a Nigerian actor that was worth $19 million, how come she don't like Simon? She don't like Simon at all. She don't like Simon at all. And you would think that if she was with one Nigerian, she'll like, Simon. Londi needs a whole make under too much. Also, I did not like it when she cried and said she's upset Porsha. Yeah, because they getting at Porsha. Yo, Porsha, all your enemies was filming. You thought Kenya Moore was your enemy? You thought anybody was your enemy? The enemies that you got in real life, it was sitting on that camera with you. And I know everybody's saying, oh, they still married. So they're still married. I don't know why she don't like Simon at all. She don't like him at all. She don't like him at all. And she was like, Dennis, can I hit you up with some hot dogs? Everyone in Atlanta has a Nigerian here. Porsha family are off. Yo. And Porsha didn't do herself no better, because you can't argue with your family and go toe-to-toe when you got the camera on them, when the cameras are on you, because it's going to make you look like the monster, because everybody's been painting you as the monster because you stole some lady's husband, and she's crying and she's all tearful up on every, platform that she can get on. So Porsha, it should have been damage control and making it look like, there are steps for things to happen. But baby, none of that happened. And then Londi, yes, Londi made sure she sealed it for you, girl. She made sure she sealed it for you, girl. Okay, so where's Londi at? So, so they sit down, they have, that conversation, and I'm just like, Lord have mercy. I didn't even know that it was even gonna go that situation. Porsha's shocked. She can't believe her cousin is sitting up here even saying this to her. She thought like, okay, we got past the Mexico thing or whatever the case. And also Porsha should have gave each one of them $1,200. Maybe they would have your back more, maybe $2,500 or something. Had Simon dig in his pocket, because if he was with Dennis would have made sure that your family was in line. And Londi's basically, oh my God, this hair, this makeup and everything. Oh my God, Londy. And Porsha, you supposed to have go naked hair. How come your sister couldn't get a bag? How come your cousin couldn't get a bag of hair? Like, Lord, like this is just too much with this hairstyle. And so in any event, Londi starts off basically saying that, she wants to talk about the situation that went down in Mexico and what she heard, from Dennis McKinley when he was having tequila shots. But also she knows that when you talk about emotional stuff, Porsha gets very emotional. So she's been calling out Porsha this whole show. And also the other assistant, Lauren, she called out Porsha, saying Porsha like to run for things. She's like to hide from things. She don't like to face things head on. You got Londi talking about we're just gonna brush it under the rug and everything. But Londi, you was on earlier episodes talking about your side of the family is better than Porsha's side of the family. They're country bumpkins. They're this and that and all this other stuff. And baby, you sitting here crying on TV for facts to make this girl look bad. And whatever she did to you, you getting her back. She humiliated you when she fired you, and she put Dom in the way. You know what I mean? So they all these people got a bone to pick with Porsha. And this is what makes you think that, oh my God, if Porsha and Simon, this situation don't look too good, because Porsha can't even pick the right family members to film with her to help her look good, to further her career and further their career, because every show on Bravo don't get 500,000 views or 1 million views. But imagine if Porsha had a consistent show with her family blending it, maybe didn't have that much drama, but detailing their life and things like that would have probably been interesting than all the other stuff. And it could have built something, because they don't really have a black show other than the Housewives franchise, and that would have been a good market for Porsha. We got Kandi Burruss, she's coming out with the old lady gang, so we'll see. But in any event, that's a good opportunity. And then we don't know, Simon could have probably brought his kids on, and then the others could bring their kids on. It could have been something that was built, but her family didn't have the right intentions when they came there for Porsha. Porsha filmed this show for money, for business, hoping that it was going to be successful and she didn't have to go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. But baby, I know she wants that first class ticket back. And then Dom, he's saying the things that he said about Porsha. He said he wasn't gonna get up and break up nothing or leave the table when Porsha was going off, and Dennis got up because he didn't want to leave his free food. See, your family's hungry, they starving, they don't got makeup, they don't got clothing, they don't got merchandise. So therefore they're feeling like, what, we're doing this all for free. So Porsha, they came for you. Your family definitely came from you. And I've been saying that the whole time, that her family did not have her back, and her family definitely came for her. And so in any event, you got Londi basically saying in her confessionals, Porsha gets emotional, basically saying the last time that she was around Porsha in Mexico, the way Porsha behaved, and she totally put the blame on Porsha, and that blame do stay on Porsha. But at the same time, there's many other adults at the table, and no one got in to intervene. But Auntie Liz says that they wasn't allowed to leave. And if they wasn't allowed to leave, that's why this story about Dennis doing this, Dennis doing that is hush, hush, hush. Okay? And so in any event, you have, Londi, she brings the robe, and Porsha said, I can't take the robe. Simon told me not to give that back to him. Londi apologized. She said we was going to do this with Lauren, but it ended up messing up because other people got involved, like Storm. So Londi has a problem with Storm. And she always said that she had that problem with Storm. Storm doesn't look like she likes to get along with people. Storm doesn't seem like, if you're not in her circle and you're not about the life that she's living, Storm doesn't seem like she really wants to be around you. Yes, Porsha could have intervened and probably helped them be closer, but Porsha's living her life. And Storm, and Londi, They just don't get along. But you heard what Dennis McKinley said about the situation. He said the most he ever seen Storm around Porsha is filming in Mexico. He said that he's been with Porsha for 5 years, and the only time he would see Storm is holidays. So none of them are that close. That's why you should have paid them and gave them hair and wardrobe, if Dennis is telling the truth. Because Dennis got a bone to pick too. You don't think he's happy to see Porsha happy and running around town and not even caring about her career or what people are saying? Because I guarantee you she was cautious with him saying all this and all that about her reputation, and she's seeing how Porsha is, throwing the reputation away by getting with a married man and then filming a show with a married man, even though he was going through a divorce, even though the marriage between Simon and Falynn was over a long time ago. It wasn't finalized. And so that's where she made the big mistake. And then Simon said, before we were supposed to announce our relationship, he was supposed to be divorced. This man been divorced, so many different times. And all of a sudden, this one divorce with Falynn takes the longest ever. So in any event, Kandi basically is being cautious about Porsha. She's letting us know that she's being cautious, basically saying Porsha is something to mess with. And so Kandi says, Kandi said, she wanted to have a conversation about the situation. And Kandi basically said that, she felt like Porsha was taking Storm's side most of the time. And then Porsha responds, it's because she was close to me. Yes, that's not validating her feelings. That's not you addressing her feelings. That's you running away from what she's saying to you, even though I know you don't want that on camera, because the last thing you need is more negative information or somebody calling you out about something, because everybody been calling you out, even your own sister, baby girl. So either you're going to have to look within and change, or you're going to have to completely pay everybody around you to do what you want them to do and say what you want them to say, especially if you're going to bring them on a syndicated show, on a syndicated channel, and be on Bravo with a bunch of people that don't care whether you look good or bad, don't care whether they can actually be a part of the Porsha Williams Family Matters show that can go on, and then they can throw in the history of your family and the civil rights movement and things of that nature. Nope, they just cared about getting you, baby girl. They didn't have you been dodging them, but they was able to dodgeball you at the table. I was like, Lord. And so, but the reason why Porsha, was so close to Storm, because she felt like Storm was the only one that wasn't close to Dennis, and she started to feel like Dennis was flipping the script on her. But at the same time, Porsha, you should have been open and allowed Dennis, and never said anything about him bringing a guest, or never making any gesture of him bringing a guest. You saying, your mother can go and that lady that you brought can go, is pure jealousy. Just like Dennis has his pure jealousy. You waking up in the middle of the night flying to London. This is what Dennis said to Porsha at the table. You're flying here, you're flying everywhere. Jealousy. It's jealousy. And they can't forgive each other. Once they can forgive each other, they can move forward. But in any event, Kandi basically, is calling out Porsha for having Storm back and not having hers. And also Kandi is saying that Porsha, what you just said to her, that because Storm was close to you, that's pure, just pure mess. And Kandi said, that Porsha's playing her with that answer, and she's basically Porsha was trying to give Kandi to let her know she didn't want to go down this road, but Kandi kept going. You think she was gonna stop? And Porsha said, I'm as close to her as I'm close to you. And basically, what is that? Because you ain't close to Kandi, so that means you ain't close to Storm either. So Storm getting ragtag wasn't really a big deal for you, huh? So in any event, let's keep it moving. And Kandi says she feels Porsha is listening to only respond and being very defensive. This is what Kandi said in her confessionals. So basically, whenever Gina, Mama Gina, Dennis, or anybody else that's around you or you film with says anything negative about you, is going to be, it's going to be taken as the word. It's going to be taken as the Bible, baby. Because you got your own family calling you out again, and they're giving examples of you not listening, you being combative, and you being very defensive, which Dennis has been saying, which Mama Gina has been saying. So therefore, girl, your family set you up, or you set yourself up, baby. So if you wanted to find out who your enemy was, baby, just look back at the footage of the show that you filmed, and you'll know them all. You'll know them all, Porsha. And so Porsha didn't want to have this. She just had the situation in Mexico. Now you coming with me with this? Like, we ain't been cool. We ain't talked. I'm giving you an opportunity to be on the show. I invite you to watch what happens live. I know you look like a wreck on TV. You look like a fool. You look like a pumpkin right now sitting at the table. Yeah, you look like you're going bad as a pumpkin because the top of your head is a mess. So, you got all that going on. And so... and so then, so now Londy's like, okay. And then Londy's feeling like Porsha's being very defensive. And then Londy brings up the situation, well, Porsha, you fired me. And the way that Porsha fired me, and Londy described the way that Porsha fired her. And Porsha described it too as well, that Londy packed her Chanel bag, and she was supposed to be packing her overnight bag, and she didn't put the baby oil inside a plastic bag, and it ruined her Chanel. Porsha swung her purse around and around in a circle like she was on a rodeo, like there was a horse around and she was trying to get some hair off of it, baby, and threw it in the air. And then, since then the situation been so terrible, and Londy found out that her replacement was Dom, and she didn't even know. She was sitting in the room, and Porsha just said to her, you have been replaced. And that's when Don came into the situation. He came into the situation in a shady space, and then he got replaced in a shady way too as well. So basically, Porsha, your family making it look like you are the worst. For real. And so she's saying that, Porsha, you set her up there in the house with everybody else. Everybody knew that you had a new assistant but her. And then she's saying that you got her fired. That's what Dennis told her. So, Porsha, yeah, your family came to smack, tag, rag, tag you, baby. They came to tag you down, girl. They wanted the world to know who you are. And they're saying it in such ways where they're not being derogatory. They're not being negative. They're just letting it be fluent right off of their tongue. And so Londy explains that. So that sounds so terrible. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is still your cousin. So she messed up your Chanel. Take some money out of her paycheck a week or something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe she didn't know. But still, sometimes you give your family members chances, and then to fire her and have her replacement sit right next to her, and they didn't even know. So you know that they was talking about it and laughing about it, and Porsha did her own cousin like that. That's dirty. So this is why they doing you dirty on TV, Porsha. What are you guys saying? I know. She made her outfit like she did, Lord. Get some gel. I know. Some gel, some lotion, something Kenya invested compared to her own blood. Can you imagine Kenya with her popcorn on Sunday nights, girl? You already know. Kenya was smart enough not to do none of this. Simon is a piece of work, but we see right through sneaky Auntie Liz. Lord have mercy. Lorraine, production is her enemy. They were trying to create drama with her family. They can't, if your family have a bond, you know what I mean, and you tight and you talk to them and you making sure like if Porsha was running around that set, make sure my cousin look good, make sure her makeup is straight, make sure her nails are done. It even looks like her nails need to be done in this picture. Make sure my aunties look good, make sure this. Go to the thrift store, find something. I want them to look nice and make them feel important, like there was somebody, and we can actually have another season and let them know the importance of it. There's nothing production could have did to make you turn against your family. Point blank, period. If you love your family and you got a relationship and you got a bond, but clearly they don't have that here. They don't have that here at all. When she high-fived Simon about that divorce paper, she ain't made herself look, you already know, girl. Her husband was on Forrest Gump. Oh, for real? And remember the Titans? Yes. That actor? Okay. I know who you're talking about. I don't know how she made sure, Auntie Liz made sure What LA? So Auntie Liz is a real OG. She's the one that Porsha learned from. Marry yourself a rich, Nigerian. So she was about the money and the cheddar just like Porsha, but she carried it a little bit better than Porsha. Okay, because there was no cameras around and no TV. What's up? Witch Hazels is in the building. Witch Hazel, what's up? What's going on? How you doing? Happy New Year, baby girl. I haven't seen you. Miss you and much love. Porsha and her family should have went on the conversation, right? So they can let her all hang out. Well, Porsha would have won because they all seem scared and ready to fall in tears, baby. The tears is the name of the game. When Londi started crying, I wanted to take my shoe off and throw it at my TV, but instead threw a sock. Lord have mercy, LA Muffin. They just show you how messy Porsha is, Lord. Aunt Liz looked like come from a good family class act. But she does look like that, but the way that she's talking about Porsha and the way that she's making a divide between the family and the sides make it seem like she was a horrible person to grow up with. And she, Aunt Liz is like that person. Okay, you had a baby with this woman, and I don't really like the woman you had a baby with, so I'm not really going to treat her right, and I'm going to make sure she feels uncomfortable when she's around me, and I'm going to go throw shots, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that. So Auntie Liz is nobody, unless she thinks high and mighty of you, you know what I mean? And she can actually have her own thoughts about how she feels because of how you came in this world, that she don't like it, even though Porsha didn't ask to be in this world. Porsha's father is the one that was with Miss Diane. And so for you to have that divide and say, oh, my side of the family is better, and to say that on national TV, and you're promoting a foundation, you're promoting civil rights, but yet you down on your family on national TV, girl, you look terrible. You look terrible. The way that she behaved is the reason why young folks don't want to talk to their elders, or they feel like they can't trust their elders because they have ill intent and ill will, and they're going by what they grew up in and what they think is right, and they want to put that out on you. So Auntie Liz, baby, she couldn't be around me, baby. She couldn't be around me. It's so messy. Who else got cooking shoes? I know. Porsha appears to be afraid of her. Yes, she does. She does. This is why the kids run from people. This is why a lot of people don't go to church no more. Because you got women like Aunt Liz in the church talking about your skirt too short. Oh, you smell like this. You look like that. Your hair ain't done. You got too many baby daddies and all this other stuff. Instead of welcoming you in and making you feel good and say this is the Lord's house, so it's your house, and he accepts you who you are and who you is. No, she's the usher at the church that make you want to leave and never come back. That's Aunt Liz for you. Yes, it does explain why she acts the way she acts, because ain't nobody taught her nothing. You got Aunt Liz got her rich baller, so Porsha got a rich baller. Mama Diane had a baller at one point in time, so Portia's a baller. But the way that Porsha explains herself, the way that she couldn't have this conversation with Londi, tells you there's a lot missing from Porsha. And if you go back to the whole season, there's a lot of maturity, being humble, being understanding, and want to understand somebody's side, and how can I correct that, and how can we make it better. That's not coming from Porsha. Porsha thing was, let's just duke it out, you know what I mean? And it's like nobody set her down to teach her how to do these things. When you read Porsha Williams' book, how she ran to R. Kelly to just because money was the focus of the women in her family, getting money, no matter how you get it, but get it. But at the same time, she's getting money. Y'all can't even support the girl on TV. Y'all are foul, baby, foul. But in any event, so we got this situation where, now Londi, she's basically feeling a certain type of way, and she basically addressed Porsha. She says to Porsha, well, Dennis McKinley said that you told him to fire me, and and she was feeling a certain type of way because she was hurt. She believed Dennis. The family believed Dennis. They like everything about Dennis. No matter, Dennis can't do no wrong in Porsha Williams' family. They're like, yo, he cheated on you, but girl, you need to take him back and make it work. You got a baby with him. Marry him, and figure it out as you go on. That's how they feel about the situation. At any event, So, now Porsha's upset. Like, Porsha's feeling a certain type of way about the situation, because she's like, yo, so you gonna come to me and tell me what Dennis said to you and how he said, and you gonna believe him? I'm supposed to be your cousin. And Porsha was like, if somebody would have came to me and told me something that you said about me, I would look at them sideways for even having the audacity to even come at me and say anything like that, because we are blood, we're cousin. Blood is supposed to be thicker than water, but no, baby, the dollar bill, the cryptocurrency is thicker than water, girl. And basically, the reason why Londi believed Dennis is because there was shadiness that went on with that situation. Porsha laughed about how she fired her cousin, but she was probably really hurt about that. And then we can see that she really hasn't made any upgrades or any improvement of, working with Porsha. It seemed like it went downhill, and she was working with Dennis, and Dennis paid her well, because that's Porsha's cousin. And he hired, Storm was working there. You know what I mean? He helped out, Lauren as well. And he just gave Aunt Liz a bucket of hot dogs, or catered, half of the event that they were throwing about the, food pantry and things of that nature. So Porsha's like, basically, why you believe in Dennis? Because she don't know why he stopped messing with her. Dennis could have stopped messing with Londi because he didn't know who was snitching on him, and maybe he thought it was Londi. But Dennis flipped that script and said, Porsha told me not to mess with you. And then watching the show, it seems like there's possible Porsha could have said that to him. Then Porsha said that she don't remember that. What you mean she don't remember that happening? You know what I mean? So the way that Porsha responded was bad too. Like, yo, I never told that dude is sitting up there trying to set you up. He's lying. I ain't never told that man not to work with you. I ain't never told that man not to do with you. No, that man is doing, oh no, he's just really trying to cause, trying to come through and cause conflict and division. You know what I mean? Porsha was like, I don't remember that. When you say I don't remember that, that means there's a possibility that you told him that, and he could possibly be telling the truth. But at the same time, we know Porsha's not the brightest light bulb, and she doesn't really have socialization skills or skills when it comes into a high emotional situation to able respond lovingly, and also get a point of the cross that she's being nurturing to the person that she's responding to. So hopefully Porsha grows into being more nurturing to the people around her. Yeah, said she remembers. Y'all, so the way, this is why she believed her. Purchase gasoline, she said. I think Storm was trying to get with Dennis at first, but chose Porsha instead. Lord. Porsha lied. She said, fire London. She said. And so the reason why Londi believes Dennis is because he had no reason really to lie. And did she ask you, Porsha? I don't remember that. Like, you don't say that you don't remember that. You be like, hell? You're like, no, I didn't say that. I'll never say that, girl. I would never stop your bag. You my cousin. You know what I mean? You could have been spying on him and getting money at the same time. Why would I do that? But Porsha felt a certain type of way about her family getting so close to Dennis. And Dennis is very charming, and he's giving him money. He's giving him employment. Dennis helps out. And clearly, from what we see on TV, they need it. And so then Londi was like, and then Porsha goes off. Porsha was like, I'm tired of this. Porsha, what are you doing? This is your baby cousin or your little cousin. Porsha said she doesn't remember that. Porsha said, I like that you guys are all friends with Dennis and everything. That's good. That's fine. But it's like I'm eating dirt behind the situation. Y'all choosing his side. So Porsha came to the realization that her family don't got her back. Porsha said, if someone came to me and told me something about you, I'm going to look at them sideways. So to think that you would even come to me and say this, and you my cousin, that means that you accepted the information that Dennis told you, and you ponder on it, and you believed it. And that's why you clearly sitting here asking me about this question. And you don't let Dennis seep into your situation and stress you out. Like, because Porsha really don't think nothing about it. Porsha don't think nothing about him firing her. She don't care. She probably don't even remember. And Porsha just told him out of that because Porsha, we see that you're insecure. Porsha, we see that you are jealous. Porsha, we see that you don't want this man around somebody. So if your family was getting too close to him and he was helping them out, you might have felt a certain type of way that they're too much in your business. And that's the money that you reeled in, because clearly the women in your family date men with nothing but bags. And I can't blame and can't hate on that situation, but it's clearly how you get them and how you keep them. And we haven't seen you do that yet. So in any event, moving on. That was so shady, y'all. So shady. Forgive me, Lord. And basically Porsha said Dennis is doing this on purpose. Dennis is doing this on purpose, basically to cause confusion, and she don't understand why her cousin is co-signing Dennis. Because Dennis seemed very honest. And sometimes when you drink tequila after tequila, it becomes a truth serum. And he was telling her the truth. And then, she brought up the situation. Well, Dennis said that you guys, why do Porsha always treat me so bad? And in any event, sometimes you could be in a situation where you don't know that you're being treated bad, but it felt like Londi did feel like she was being treated bad. And we seen Porsha when they went to the dinner before the altercation happened. Porsha said, Londi, what was y'all talking about? Londi basically calling out Londi like she had something to do with Dom and Dennis. So basically that proved the point that you focused the blame on Londi and you called her out, and you didn't call out anybody else. You didn't call out Dom. You didn't call out your assistant Lauren. You didn't call out Dennis. You went at Lauren, and I think Lauren's the easy target for you. And I think Lauren looks like she's a big girl. She looks tough, and she kind of, but clearly we can see she's not. Clearly, don't ever do anything around Londi, because if she's under questioning, she is going to snitch on you. Okay. Porsha just didn't care about her show no more. She was over. I would be too. Dennis not lying when he oops, I mean belittle. Yes. Londi said that Porsha played dumb. Yep. She said Porsha plays dumb when it benefits her. Facts. I see Porsha differently. I know. Spell wisdom. Hey, what's up, wisdom? Porsha, who said that? Yeah, she was like, who said that? I don't know what you talking about. Like, what? And then she gonna try to call out Londi because Londi's feeling a certain type of way. Obviously, if Porsha was more connected, and maybe if she wasn't under pressure, she would have said, okay, so you think, so he said that to you. Well, I didn't say that. And if she could say, well, why would you think that I would do something like that? What is it about me that makes you believe what he is saying? So tell me, maybe I can do something different. Maybe I can change how, we interact or what you think about me, so we can really blend and be closer. Because if you think about it, when you think about the blended family situation, it's not just Simon and Dennis. Porsha is having issues with our whole family. They all got problems with you, Porsha. They want to see you, but not in that way. They want to see you, but not in that way. They don't want none of that, Porsha. And so, and so then Porsha's also, like you said in the comments, belittling her cousin and basically saying, why would you let, Dennis seep all in you and make you feel a certain type of way and have you questioning me? You know what I mean? So in any event, when it comes down to that situation, it's like she didn't care for Londi. And that's why they didn't care for throwing you under the bus. You know what I mean? One hand washes the other. And so, and Londi already knew they was going that way, but I think Londi wanted to show the world who Porsha is. And I think everybody wanted to show, whoever was still hanging on to Porsha, still have faith in Porsha, still supporting Porsha. The family wanted to make sure you didn't do that anymore. And then Porsha not being able to control herself and basically get up and say, I'm not doing this. I'm not talking about this. What about me? What about me? Nobody was there for me. You wasn't there when I was in an abusive relationship. You wasn't there with me. And Londi was like, I was in college. So clearly, what is she going to do? Clearly, that's your mama and your best friend. And what is she supposed to do about the situation? Would you even told her about the situation? And so basically, she just fresh in college. And now, she could help you out with the situation or whatever. But, Porsha basically throwing the finger back at her cousin cousin. Now her cousin is coming to tears. So, baby, everybody around you, Porsha, is a victim. You got nothing but victims around you. You got Dom crying. You got Londi crying. You got cry. And you got Auntie Liz reading you down to the ground, baby. You and your mama. And Londi said, yo. And Londi said, can we be close? And Porsha was like, yeah. And Porsha said, and so I guess they was talking about us being around each other. Porsha says, I'm around you as much as you want to be around me. So basically pointing a finger at Londi, because Porsha at this point was clearly upset that now Londi's bringing up something negative. She's bringing up something about Mexico. She don't like it. Porsha don't want to talk about anything else negative. Now she's coming in here. Whoever told her to say whatever, do whatever. But this is how Londi's really feeling, because Londi was hit with that, Dennis hit her hard. She believed everything Dennis said. And then, Londi said, well, Dom and Lauren kind of co-signed it that I'm not your favorite person. I'm not in your inner circle. And we could clearly see how you went at Londi at the table before the altercation, that clearly she's not. Clearly you're going to pick her out of the situation and question her and nobody else. You know why she didn't need to question Dom? Because Dom probably told Porsha that Londi did this and Londi did that. You know what I mean? So in any event, Londi, you was going to get the short end of the stick, but at the same time, you threw so much shade at Porsha throughout this whole, show. So you got what you got, and at the end of the day, you left crying. So now, it looks like, oh, wow. I know your family's like, oh, my God, Porsha is absolutely, And so now you got that situation. Porsha is mad, and Porsha was like, I can't do this. Porsha was like, I'm not going to have this conversation. I'm tired of my family saying I don't spend enough time with them. If your family is saying that means if more than one person, then it's true, Porsha. You know what I mean? And so it is what it is. Now you got a new family. You can't abandon your old family for your new family. And maybe your old family knew that they was about to get abandoned. So baby, they jumped ship and made you look bad on this show. But you didn't do yourself any favors, because you wasn't able to combat, talk, show nurturing, have communication skills, and not get nasty with the situation and not put the right people in check at all. So it is what it is. Porsha gets up and she's yelling and she's screaming. So we just seen you yelling and screaming in Mexico. So everything that Dennis and his mama saying about you, Londi sitting here saying that you get very emotional, you yelling, you screaming, talking to producers. All you have to do is sit down and have that conversation with her and basically say, well, how can we make it better? I don't want you to feel that way about me, that I would ever try to stop your bag. I didn't say that. I'm sorry you feel that way. And I'm sorry he put that into your head, because it's not true. None of that came out of her mouth. At the end, she started to apologize and cry, but she was done. She was walking out on her cousin, like your cousin said, your sister said, and everybody else said that if you don't agree with Porsha, she will walk out on you and she'll never speak to you again. And then we keep seeing these behaviors that your family are saying that you are doing, and then you display them on the show. So it's really like Porsha was just like, you know what, just let it all hang out. Yes, she was gaslighting Londi. She definitely was. Everybody crying. Yeah, they all crying. Porsha, baby. They crying, girl. And then we got Auntie Liz. Auntie Liz, you are shady. You are shady, baby. And she's like, oh, Dennis, how was that time spending, with Porsha? And she basically said, Dennis says that, it was awkward. But Dennis says spending time with Porsha is good when nobody else is around. So basically the family keeps saying that somebody's always in Porsha's head, that Porsha doesn't have control over her own thoughts when it comes to dealing with people in her family and basically playing chess, that someone has to show her how to play chess. And this is ultimately what Dennis is saying, that when Porsha is by herself, we get along. When she don't got these things in her ears, when everybody's not around, our relationship works out fine. But once she started listening to people, once people start getting into the situation, putting things in her head, she goes left. And so basically it was like an intervention for Porsha, and she didn't even know that she was a part of an intervention at all. Porsha's being questioned by her mother about how things, the hospital went. She was like, well, Dennis apologized. Dennis ordered Uber Eats, and they had food, so he was paying for food. He was sitting there. You guys were there for a day and a half. You took his food. If he mollywopped your cousin, I wouldn't be sitting there cheering him on and eating his food, baby. You better face the corner, baby. So it almost seems like, what happened? Like, nobody cares about Storm. That's what it seemed like. And so, any event, Porsha said that Dennis was ordering food. She was talking to Mama Diane. She said Dennis apologized for something that happened in Mexico. She didn't want to mention it. And basically, she's basically not giving her cousin that light on the situation because, it should have been handled very differently. Porsha and Porsha was asked by producers, did she apologize? She said no to the no. Here we go. We have, Porsha calling her sister for having, toe in the front. And then we got Lauren, at least Porsha's assistant always has her hair done, makeup done, and clothes on. I don't know if Porsha's paying for it. She just know how to fix herself up. But the rest of your family, Porsha, needs hair. Well, look at Auntie Liz. What's going on? This woman got $19 million. Do you see that hair? You see that hair? I don't know if it's real or if it's a wig. You know what I mean? You see them draw down eyeline. You see the white and the red makeup. Lord have mercy. If it's not Miss Gina, it's Mama. It's Auntie. It's Auntie Liz. And Auntie Liz is sitting there bigging up Dennis McKinley, telling him about he's the greatest to ever do it. He's the greatest daddy. How did it feel being locked up in that room with Porsha? Basically saying Porsha is the worst person to be confined in a situation with, and so many different words. Then it says his concern is Mama Gina, because Mama Gina feeling a certain type of way, and Porsha and her haven't talked. And here comes Auntie Liz. Mama Gina is the best. Mama Gina is been sent from God. Mama Gina, she came to the realization that she wanted to apologize and she wanted to make error of her ways, and she did the work and Porsha didn't do the work. Auntie Liz is throwing nothing but shade. Nothing but shade to Porsha. Nothing but shade, baby. All types of shade. Auntie. And then she's basically saying, Auntie Liz bigged up everybody but Porsha. For real, Porsha, I don't even know why you even chose any of these people to do a show with. Lord have mercy, you was better off doing nothing to do it with them. But at least now you know how they really feel about you, and you need to know. I don't know if Porsha would do any evaluation as far as, okay, why are they acting like this? Why are they saying this about me? Maybe there's something I could do some soul searching inside, but I don't know if Porsha's going to do that. Porsha ain't going to do that. And then Auntie Liz is basically asking, Dennis McKinley for some hot dogs. She was like, well, Londi told me to ask you if you can send a few plate of hot dogs over. He goes, no problem. She says, you can come. You are invited. Porsha thought that Dennis wasn't going to be there, but he's not going to be there. But Auntie Liz was going to invite Dennis anyway, even though Porsha didn't want him there. I was like, okay. And after the situation that happened in Mexico, Storm and Porsha, your family are leaving you alone. They take Dennis, and you and your Mama Diane, they don't want nothing to do with y'all. And then she sits there and she tells Dennis, well, there's a whole lot of other people on the other side of the family that, Hosea, he had like 7 kids that you didn't get to meet. There's so many other people that you can meet, and so many different. They're so different that, so much. This is so much better, so much greater. It's a lot different from that Diane side. Like, ooh, talking about shade, talking about what Diane went through with the family. She went through a lot. And this is why Porsha has her daddy issues, because the aunties were in the middle of it, making that woman feel bad and making Porsha feel bad. Porsha probably don't even remember the things that they said, but she said up here on national TV, dog Porsha on her side of the family, point blank, period. And that's supposed to be your blood. That's supposed to be an elder, a civil rights movement person, when she's talking about civil rights movement person. So I just had to repeat that because that did not sound right. And she's doing all that towards Porsha and her family. At one point in time, that man loved that Diane. And I know he loved Porsha, but I guess y'all don't like them. Now, what is it? Why do she like Porsha? Is it because of something else? I don't want to say it out loud, but, she's bigging him up, and she ain't never said nothing good about Porsha on this show. Nothing good. And so we got Porsha, she's fake cooking a meal for Simon. He finally got his divorce. She's all happy and celebrating that they closed on the house. She gave Simon that high five. Simon comes through. Simon actually looks the normalest one on this show. And then you got Porsha signing some paperwork. I don't know if it's the deed. The word on the street, it ain't the deed. Porsha name ain't on the deed. If Porsha name ain't on the deed, that's a good situation because she don't got to pay the $50,000 a month taxes. And, if they default on that, her credit is still clear. If they can't make the payments, Porsha name's not on her. All she got to do is move out. She don't got no obligations unless something changed. But Porsha and the production and the producers are making it seem like Porsha signed the document. It could be empty paper, but she's letting us know that she did sign the deed. And they're eating, and Simon said if he could do it all over again, he'll do it just the way it is, and Porsha do it just the way it is. Lord, y'all, Simon ain't got nothing to lose. His Porsha is the one that's losing out. You know what I mean? And Porsha was like, "Oh, you do it all over again." Porsha was like, "Oh God, he loves me. I finally got somebody." Portia's really hurt, and Porsha she don't have common sense. And she don't have common sense, and she's not nurturing to people around her that need her to be nurturing. She don't know how to do it. She's been too busy fighting for $1.25 that she lost that, I think she has it with her daughter and with a man that's going to give her money. But in any event, she can't go to the event that her Aunt Liz is throwing to celebrate the purchase of the new building because, PJ is sick. And so now we get to the situation. And, they look a mess. But this is their grandfather wore this to make sure everybody felt comfortable. Simon did not put on none of that. But Simon showed up. So he showed up to the situation. And, he's trying to support. And even Aunt Liz asked for him. She likes everybody. She don't like Simon, but she can tolerate him. And so, see, now she got a different hairstyle. This hairstyle look a little bit different. I don't know if she's bald in the front. She's total bald headed, and then she has clips on or something. But she got these Shirley Temple curls. Baby girl, you are not in the 1930s. Like, what's going on? You can't be that raggedy with your mouth about your family members and come on TV looking like a hot mess. Miss Gina got it. You can get it. Londi got it. So it is what it is. Take it how you want it. Porsha was filling a job application for Simon. You are so messed up. They look a mess, man. They do, Lorraine. They do. Like, how am I supposed to just go by this show and not talk about how, what are they? Do you see this lady? You gonna talk all that raggedy mess? Yeah, right. She couldn't even cook eggs in the prior season. Oh, we know that. We know Porsha can't. Well, she did the DoorDash. She had the cook come over. Simon barely showed up on the episode. AD for exactly what. Remember that Porsha is habitual liar. Porsha's not that dumb. She kept the house. Yeah, she's not that dumb. When it comes to money, she's not dumb when it comes to money. Oh, thank you so much. Maybe I'm wrong, but wasn't Diane the mistress and Lauren's mother was the wife? Ooh, that's what they say. You know what I mean? But then, it said that he was living with Diane, and then he broke up with Diane and went with Lauren's mother and things of that nature. But thank you, Celie K. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. I didn't even see it. I'm over here talking smack. Baby, Lord forgive me. Yes, Sherry Green. What did Sherry Green say? Porsha taking classes on the streets. Lord, none of them have anything to lose. But Porsha, yes, Portia's the only one. And this is why she should have paid her family members out of her pocket. Simon should have helped pay, because ain't nobody going to do nothing for free. And you don't even know how they really feel inside if you're not keeping in contact and talking with them. And if your key thing was to prove Dennis is not all the way there. But she said that at first she thought Dennis was supportive, and then Dennis flipped the script. Yeah, he gonna flip the script. Just like you didn't want him to bring somebody to, Mexico, You're all over the blogs all day long. He is bombarded with that. People coming to his Instagram and 1,000 question him about the relationship and what he's doing. And then where's the daughter at? And she's with Simon. Nobody even know who Simon is. We only see them for like two episodes, and boom, Porsha is ragtag with this man, and they engage, and they're life partners, and they're soulmates. They went to counseling. Ain't no counseling. Ain't nobody got no counseling on this show. Ain't nobody went through counseling on this show at all, because Simon, if you went to counseling and all this other stuff, you had thousands of hours. You didn't show anything unless it was cut and edited out, because baby, you should have did a whole lot more to defend Porsha. Porsha was swimming and drowning at the same time with her family. I was like, Lord, have mercy. And Simon said, and so, so basically Simon ends up talking to, Auntie Liz. And basically he said, where am I at? Okay. She raised $2 million. She got the largest distributing food pantry and the regional of Atlanta, Blase the third. Porsha's daughter's not feeling good, so she didn't show up. Simon said he would do anything to protect the legacy of Porsha co-parenting, because Auntie Liz brought up, oh, thank you for letting Dennis be himself. What you mean, thank him for letting Dennis be himself? Dennis to say what he wanted to say, Dennis to, be combative too as well, and his mother be combative too as well, even though Porsha was combative too as well. So him not saying nothing. And so this is what I'm thinking, that the reason why Simon didn't say much, because if he intervened and now him and Dennis started beefing, that's going to bring the court system in. That's going to bring more of a problem and more of a situation. So he's trying to step back, especially since he's not her husband either. But, there's a whole lot going on. He's not trying to get all the way in there. So I think that's why Auntie Liz is saying, thank you for letting Dennis be Dennis. And he was like, well, their co-parenting was starting off so well unto Mexico. You know what I mean? And, look at the way that Aunt Liz is looking at Simon. She don't like that, man. She was like, oh, just sit him here. Maybe he'll give a donation. And she's looking at him like, oh, I can't stand the sight of you, young man or old man. I can't stand the sight of you. And so Simon said, he let Porsha know that she comes from a tree. And, so he's teaching her, and which the ladies and this member of her family, Liz, should have been teaching Porsha too as well. Instead of dogging her out on TV, teach her something, okay? Not make her feel and her family feel like they are less than because you're supposed to be the uppers. Like that's dividing, and you're dividing your own family, ma'am, on national TV, okay? And it looks bad. It looks bad. Porsha, that's why I say Porsha is lucky to be where she's at with the adults that we have seen be around her. Even Storm's mother, you see Storm mother, the way that she was acting and behaving and screaming and hollering, like, Auntie Liz did the foundation a disservice to, yes, facts. Excuse me. And so, so Simon said, I've been teaching her that it's a tree, her legacy. She comes from a tree. She's come from good stock. That's what he's trying to say. And basically, Simon said, y'all need to put some respect on Porsha's name because her grandfather loved her. And this is what Aunt Liz is making it seem like Porsha father's side of the family had no love for Porsha at all. And why do you think Porsha probably don't care about she don't care about things that she's doing. Only thing she knows how to do is get what she needs to get so she can be upper and she can feel better. Because I guarantee you, her Aunt Liz made them feel less than if they wasn't living up to the standards as Aunt Liz and the grandfather and Porsha Williams' father. Like, oh, look at them. Like I said, Aunt Liz is the type to wash and clean everything off once Porsha and her side of the family leave, and they go check the jewelry box and they go check the refrigerator and see what did they take, and then get on the phone and call the other sister. Oh yeah, they was over here. I smelled a little bit of odor, and you know what? I got an apple missing from my pantry. That's how Aunt Liz is, baby. Lord. Diane wasn't seen again after Gina said that about her. No, she was gone. She wasn't trying that. Mama Diane was smart to stay away because Liz and Mama Gina were not to be trusted at all. They didn't have no good intentions. The good intentions was show Porsha up. Point blank, period. What you say? She just looks sad. Porsha convinced her family to come on the show by saying civil rights history and foundation would be the focus, and the tape men went left. Yeah, it went left, but they knew who was going. After they got there, they knew who was going to be. It never had to go left. You know, they did bring up the foundation. It wasn't much. It started off the Porsha Williams, Martin Luther King, but then she got into the relationship with Simon. That was a whole whirlwind because he was married and he was filmed on Real Housewives of Atlanta. If she would have picked up any other married man, it wouldn't even be this big of a deal. But you seen him on TV next to Porsha and his former wife. So therefore, it took legs, and there it went. And so Simon basically tells Aunt Liz to put some respect on Porsha's name, and y'all need to treat her better. And I'm in agreement with him saying that, but I also think he needed to say some things to Dennis as well. And Aunt Liz said, you need to be worried about how you treating Porsha. That's your job. I'm doing my job just fine. I was like, yeah, she got called out. She got called out on her nastiness towards her niece. She got called out on that situation. She got called out. That's what she gets. She was nasty. She was mad nasty. She was nasty. And Londi was nasty too as well. Oh, you know, our family's different. Basically making it seem like, but you are on her show. You on her show. You're on something that she built, that she had blood and sweat and tears. You know what I mean? She made it somewhere in life where she's able to give donations. She's able to put you on TV. She's able to have blog sites and media sites talk about her grandfather, his foundation, especially when she was doing the protest. Auntie Liz was like, oh, and it was so nasty. When Aunt Liz said Porsha can march and all the marches she want to put her fence up and sing and hum, but she can't carry on this legacy. Ooh, that was dirty. So you already know how she feels. Porsha could never do anything to please that other side of the family. And then they done pushed her closer and closer to this stranger, Simon. But at least he stood up for her, because this woman was nasty. This woman was nasty. And then Dennis is like, oh, Porsha, look what you got on. What fair is that you got on? It looked like something I brought you. Porsha was like, no, I got it through my book, doing my book tour. Thank you, Simon. And that was shade, Porsha. You didn't have to throw it up in his face. He probably thought he brought you something and whatever. So it started off nice. They did have a nice, kind of like conversation. They even joked a little bit, but then it got nasty. It's like they can be happy for one another. They can have the conversation. There's a lot of things that they have in common that they joke about. And even Dennis says, oh, I can see you like to joke and be funny and things of that nature. But then the conversation goes left because they're both hurt. They're both broken and they don't know how to deal with the situation. And they don't have people. Dennis' mother is great. She has a great business and she's working with her son, but she's not a person to solve the issues between Porsha and Dennis, or actually be that common denominator that can bring two together and calm down the situation. She adds gasoline anytime that she can because she feels hurt and she feels like she was left out. And now, no one believed that Porsha was going to move on with this man, this stranger, and she did. And then on top of that, she's moved on with a man that's seeming to have a lot of money. And, if you see Simon Instagram, if you see his Instagram, do you see the comments on Simon's Instagram? Them ladies be out there on his Instagram talking hella smack and thinking that nobody's going to respond to them in the way that they need to be responded to. You're going to somebody's home, somebody's Instagram, and you talking smack. Like, if you read the comments of telling somebody about their life, what to do, how to do, you don't even know this man. Get off his timeline telling him what to do. And, and then people get surprised when they get cussed out by the person that they're dissing and disrespecting on their Instagram. And then when you respond, you the bad person, you the worst person. Listen, cuss everybody out. Cuss them out. So in any event, moving on from that situation, so we have, Dennis saying, Dennis, you could have kept that to yourself, because if she did have on your fur, just had it in your mind, oh, she still wants me, or she still likes me, or she's still wearing something to possibly lighten the mood, that, she's still messing with me, we still cool. But, she took that a different way, and he asks, how's the engagement going? She goes, what do you care? Dennis says, I haven't heard nothing. What about the house? Where you moving? She don't want to tell Dennis where she's relocating to, where she's moving, because Dennis wants to point out that, hey, you're making it easy and you're moving all these places, with your new man Simon. But when I wanted to move, when I wanted to do this, it was always a problem. It was always a situation. You want me to sell my house. You wanted this. You couldn't live in the city. Now all of a sudden you in the city. So she didn't want to give Dennis, that time for him to actually, say, hey, you didn't do this for me. You know what I mean? She's just holding on to Dennis cheating, but at the same time, her being more easy and fast moving with Simon, and not even pregnant, not even carrying his baby, Dennis feels a certain type of way, and he's gonna make the situation difficult and hard. Yeah, he's a good man, he's a great man, but at the same time, he's still a man. He still got an ego, and he still feel a certain type of way, and he still ain't gonna make it easy, because he still haven't moved on from Porsha either. Let me research that, Majesty. That makes me sad. Oh, well, Simon, basically said that, on one of his Instagram posts that, he fears running into a Black woman that is going to say something negative about his relationship with Porsha, or say something negative about Porsha. Why are you tearing another Black woman down? And some of them words. But what he was, to me, I think he was trying to express that, if you see what's being said about Porsha, if you see how people are talking about Porsha, if you see the disdain that people have for Porsha, you got to be kind of nervous when you're out in public and somebody say, hey, Porsha's fiance Simon. You don't know if they're going to go in and take it personal, because these people in his comment section, going ham. There's people talking about Porsha in the most worst way possible. And so now when people are talking about your fiance in the worst way possible, and all the grimy and gritty things she did, and how they can't stand her, this and that, they wish everything that could happen to Porsha happened to Porsha, that's not, directed by God. And then you're seeing all this because Simon and Porsha sees everything that goes on, and so now wouldn't you be kind of nervous, like, yo, I don't know if you one of the people that are with me or you one of the people against me, and you gonna stop me. And so Simon said, I feared that a Black woman would come up to me and talk bad about Porsha and tearing down another woman. So basically that comment and that post that he made, the context of it was people saying that he fears Black women and he don't like Black women. That's where him making that statement, that's what was picked up from it. So no, Mary J, I'm talking about oh, okay. I don't, I'm joining the conversation with y'all. I'm joining the conversation with y'all. Once they show his picture, then I remember the man in Overruss. I'm joining y'all conversation. Porsha is still in love with that man. I don't know if she in love with him no more. I think she still is, but it's one of them things that there's some women that can't forgive you from cheating. And I think the pregnancy issue and the difficult pregnancy had it that way. And then filming the show and everybody talking about it, and that being talked about on the show and everything, that she didn't want to seem like she was a dumb woman. You know what I mean? And so she built up even more distance from Dennis. But then she got back with him. And then he had the woman working at the bar, and that was it. That's all. And so, but they didn't hash out everything. They have not worked out nothing. You could see the familiarity with these two sitting at the table, that there is a bond. But it's like Porsha is really trying to cut off that bond totally and just move on with her new relationship. And Porsha's doing everything her castmates and her family said about her on this show, that once you don't agree with her, once you don't go her way, she wants to cut you off. And then Porsha said to him, you are not my family. You are Pilar's family. That's bringing a bigger wedge, because you don't know how long you're going to be with Simon. You could probably wake up one day and say, I don't even know this man. I don't want to be with him, and not feel that way about him, because things like that happen. But go ahead, Porsha, with that Fendi dress on, looking good, with that good weave, with that good form, baby. You are out here slaying on your show, and your family look a wreck. And Dennis, your mama look a wreck too on this show. How can you be Mr. Hot Dog Man with all these business and Mama Gina on this show looking like she ain't never seen a brush, a comb, a perm, a conditioner, a deep conditioner, a blow dryer, or anything? These people drive me crazy. Let me stop talking junk. Don't know him. So I'm jumping in your conversation. I don't even know what y'all talking about. You see how I be? Yeah, but I don't believe the foundation to be a fraud. No, the foundation is not a fraud. Just her behavior. She's not a fraud either. Her behavior is just like, she is wrecked. I swear to God, this is crazy. Okay, let me start reading these comments. Yeah, I'm all in your conversation and talking reckless at the same time. So in any event, so we get down to this conversation. She don't want to tell Dennis, because basically she don't want to let Dennis know that she's made it easier moving with Simon than she did with Dennis. Simon is more older. He's more wiser. No, he's not more wiser, but he's more older, and he's lived a few places. Dennis back then had a bachelor pad and whatever, and he was, it was a lot going on. And then Dennis was like, oh, Porsha was like, yeah, we purchased the house. We about to move in. She purchased the house November 1st, baby. And Dennis was like, did you get a prenup? And she was like, oh, Mama Gina. So why did Dennis ask her if she got a prenup? Basically, he still cares for her. He still cares for her well-being. And also, he don't want her to take advantage of. And then the prenup that him and Porsha had such a big deal about the prenup, she wants to know if she signed a prenup before, she purchased this house with that man, because he's still concerned. He's still worried about Porsha. He still cares for Porsha. He still got love for Porsha, but he don't understand why Porsha can't forgive him, because that traumatic time that you did that was the worst. And it repeats over in her head. And then, right now she feels like she can do better than you, baby. She wanted somebody way richer than you, girl. Than you, boy. But in any event, he asked her about the prenup, and Porsha says, okay, excuse me, Miss Gina. And what, so you moving in, where's the school, where's the school gonna be at? So she's talking about, she's looking for schools, for, Pilar and things of that nature, but she's not including, Dennis in the situation. And so he's feeling a certain type of way. He's feeling like Porsha's trying to take his family and move it with Simon and forget all about his existing. And some men would enjoy that, but not Dennis, because he wants to be a part of his daughter's life. And plus, on top of that, he wants to keep tabs on Porsha. And plus, on top of that, it gives him something to talk about. Plus, on top of that, he's trying to keep up with her and see what she's doing. And at the same time, he does care for Porsha, and she does care for him, but the hatred that they have for both of each other right now, they can't see through it. They can't see through any of it. And so therefore they just keep going back and forth. And that happens when you have a really bad breakup more than once. And then it says, so you're looking for a school, but you didn't tell me about it. Like, I'm a part of her life. So now they're having issues with, Dennis is feeling a certain type of way. People are thinking, little PJ is Simon's daughter, because every time we turn around, Simon's with PJ somewhere out of the country, somewhere over here, somewhere over there. And we know in the beginning of the season, Dennis sat down with Diane and basically said, where's Porsha at now? She ain't never home. She's always traveling. What destination is she at now? He's feeling a certain type of way. He's feeling like that she's doing more play than work, and how is his daughter being involved in the situation. He knows how Porsha party. He knows Porsha, so he's feeling a certain type of way. And also, he's probably feeling like, damn, I should have did that for Porsha. Maybe that would have made her a little bit happy. Maybe I should have did this. Maybe I should have did that. And then him having his regrets, he gonna make it hard for her. He ain't gonna be easy. he would be easy if he was totally, completely over her. And Porsha would be easy with him if she could totally forgive him and completely be over him, because she's seen her life with Dennis. And that's what she wanted. Her and Dennis got so much in common. You see how when they were sitting there joking a little bit, laughing, you could see Porsha just smile and was happy in that moment. But then she realized that she had to get mad again. And that's sad. You see this happen to young couples. And so Porsha was like, well, I'm looking for the school. And Dennis was like, yo, listen, you got to put me in there. Co-parenting is not just about when I pick her up. It's about religion. It's about activities. It's about school. I got 50-50. And then, basically, I want to see my daughter. You acting like she ain't my daughter. Porsha said, I don't be acting like that. He was like, yes, you do. You be acting like I can't make decisions. And so Porsha's probably, doing too much with Simon when it comes to Dennis' daughter, and Dennis is not having it, because I know Porsha wouldn't have it either. You know what I mean? Porsha wouldn't have it either. But it would be nice if they do a season 2 and Dennis is engaged, Porsha is engaged, and they're on the show and they're filming. That would be so nice. Well, in any event, I want to see Dennis' relationship, how he's treating another woman on the show, and how Porsha's responding to Dennis having a woman that's full-time in his life around his daughter. She says she wouldn't care, but I don't believe you, Porsha. And and so Dennis is feeling a certain type of way. Dennis is like, yo. And Porsha was like, well, I wanted to blend the family, but you guys acted a fool, so I can't blend the family. And we was going to make you a brother. Dennis said, a brother? Girl, I used to have you drop down and get your ego on. Since when, brother? Porsha said Dennis wasn't completely honest with her, and she basically felt like he made an issue when he shouldn't have made an issue. And she says, all she did was have love and compassion for Mama Gina. You had some compassion and love for Mama Gina, but once Mama Gina said that you cheated on Dennis, all that compassion went out the way, but you still invited her to go on the trip because it was for the story. Maybe Mama Gina shouldn't have been there. What she said, I wanted us to be a family. No, you wanted to sell a story and have a story, have your own show. You thought everybody was going to be in line, they was going to have your back, but they end up turning on you as soon as they said light, camera, action. Your whole family, except for your mama, she just disappeared on you. And Darlene, she didn't do nothing bad, but just act a complete fool. And it don't seem like you could have ever learned any type of common sense or nurturing or anything when her own daughter Storm don't even want to hug her. And she's sitting there acting a fool, at the retreat. I'm like, Lord. Then it says, well, and then it says, Porsha was talking about paperwork. Dennis says, well, did you get the paperwork that I sent you? And Porsha was basically talking about a calendar. Dennis was like, no, I'm talking about court. I'm talking about, deciding 50-50 custody. You took too long. You brought up, and Porsha was like, I brought up the paperwork to you. And he was like, yeah, you might have brought the paperwork, but you was taking too long. So therefore I went fast with the situation and got the paperwork done myself. And I sent it to her. She's like, no, I didn't listen to it. And she was like, oh, so now you want to be that baby daddy that gonna take me to court? Porsha, yup, everybody's turning on you, girl. Like, you have the problem. And it's just the people surrounded by you, and it's the choice that you made with Simon, and the way that you made the choice and how publicly you was with the choice, where it was going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And it seems that it rubbed your family the wrong way. It rubbed your family, the wrong way, the worst. Not even the public, but your family the wrong way. Dennis was like, I want to be a part of the co-parenting, education, travel, and religion. And he threw travel in there because what do Porsha do? Always travel. He's being petty about her traveling. And he said, you woke up in the middle of the night and went to London jealous. He didn't do that with Porsha. Whether Simon's broke or not, he's treating her like, a princess. And Dennis is like, damn, I didn't do none of that. So I think he has regrets. And he's saying that, and he's feeling a certain type of way, and it's all in his face. And so, Dennis was like, well, we're going to go to court. And she was like, no, you're going to put the po-pos on me? She was like, I was talking about a calendar. He was like, nah, you've been disrespecting me as a parent. You acting like that she ain't my daughter. Y'all making decisions. So I don't know what they're doing. But Dennis should be included because Dennis want to go to court. He got money. He can hire a full-time nanny and all that other good stuff. So therefore, Dennis is being petty too as well. And Dennis is, well, we're going to go to court then. I was like, what? Like, what? You guys believe that crap? Court? So Dennis is basically saying, you ain't going to ice me out. Just because you get married, just because you're doing this, don't mean that I'm not Pilar's father. He may be stepdaddy, but he know we're close. And, Pilar loves her father. You see when Dennis hugged her and kissed her, she was like, Daddy. It was so cute. And she was like, and then Porsha says that she pays for everything. And, and then it says, well, ain't nobody at this table hurting for money or hurting for paper. So basically saying, Porsha, you ain't hurting for paper. I ain't hurting for paper. You got a man now. And why would Dennis say, when Porsha said that you don't be helping, and the first thing out of Dennis' mouth is said, well, you got a man. No. She might got a man, so that means her man's supposed to take care of your daughter too, or you throwing it up in her face that she got a man, so she shouldn't have no needs or nothing. There's some things that you should be responsible for. And then Dennis says, well, you got a man. When he says that, he thrown up in the face, well, you don't need me. You got a man. You got somebody else, and blase. So he's still jealous. He's still hurt about the situation. But then he goes, tell me how much you need. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you need. She goes, I've been taking care of everything. You don't know what you haven't been taken care of, because I've been taking care of everything. And then Dennis is like, well, since you don't live with me, you act like you can have control, so we can go to court. We can do this 50-50, baby. So I'm just like, Lord. And Porsha was like, this is an epic fail for you to try to sit here and try to take me to court and embarrass me. Porsha's calling out that Dennis did it for the cameras. He did it for production. No, Dennis did it because he's hurt. And Dennis did it because only control and the only way he can make you feel is basically, you and Pilar. That's it. That's your connection. And then you talking about he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that. He was like, what about your man? Dennis, you jealous? Dennis is hurting. Dennis might be up and down the street with a different woman every day of the week, but he still want that good old Porsha back, y'all. Hey, La Price, how you doing? What's going on? Thank you guys so much. I was all in y'all conversation for anything but her school, yeah. And so, now they're looking for school, and he wants to know where she's living at. He's feeling a certain type of way that Porsha is actually opening up and doing everything Simon is asking her to do, move out of Duluth and move into the city. Porsha has nothing to offer besides y'all. All right, Your Majesty. She got a little bit more to offer. And Dennis knows that. And Dennis knows he let that go. With all the businesses that Dennis has started, imagine if him and Porsha would have got married and they would have been one solid couple. It would have been, the sky would have been the limit for them. You know what I mean? As he built so much since they separated. And Porsha built a lot since they separated. They were supposed to be working on a coloring book together for the kids, and all that went off. When the cameras are off, tell me or show me what foundation. I can't with you, Your Majesty. I can't. Thank you, Your Majesty. You are the truth. It's the truth. Okay, what did you say, Your Majesty? I know you be up in here going crazy. Yeah, but I don't believe the foundation. Okay, so I got that. So let me go back down and read y'all comments. I'll see what y'all saying, baby. You are on a roll, Mary. I'm just doing too much, Tony. I'm just doing too much, baby. It just seems like she potentially put her daughter at risk for, similar experiments, I see what you're saying. They could have been a power couple, but it's the forgiveness and letting go. And as you can see, Porsha don't know how to do that. She doesn't know how to channel her emotions and have forgiveness, because she ain't gonna forgive none of them. If we see Porsha was with Londi not too long ago, she'll probably forgive Lauren, because Lauren was like, I'm just doing the best that I can. oh, LA. I remember the mother. She was. I can't with y'all. I can't with what y'all saying. Okay, I already did that one. I am over at Dennis and his tactics. Dennis was hurt. Dennis was making it hard for her because he didn't have a problem at first. He's saying that, oh, Porsha's really living that life. I didn't do none of that for Porsha. I was too busy running behind everything my mom said. My mom told me to do this. My mom told me, yup. And let's not act like Miss Gina didn't get happy when her son wasn't really paying Porsha that much mind, or really wasn't treating Porsha well. And then she's gonna be on TV crying, oh, they don't have me a part of the family. I never felt a part of the family. I don't want to. We're at a family gathering. It's going left already. You got Gina over here talking to reckless Aunt Liz, talking about, this is why I don't want to be a part of the family, but yeah, you're supposed to be blending the family. You're supposed to be helping and not creating to the mess because you're an adult. You know what I mean? You're older. You're supposed to be wiser. This is why the young kids are not coming to the elders, because the elders be acting worse than the young kids, In my day, the family got together to try to help the relationship, help the young couple succeed, because they know the trials and tribulations that they will face. And especially with this being a public relationship and it being out here in the open, she needed more support. And Porsha's the bag. Porsha can bring the name on, and Porsha has Bravo, what's that? Bravo? What do they have? Their website? Talking about the Porsha's Family Foundation and everything else. Porsha's bringing light to it, and she's getting disrespect, and her family don't have her back. But at the same time, Porsha, you need to work on your communication skill. You need to work on empathy, and you need to work on being able to understand and have forgiveness in your heart and be nurturing and understand that maybe the person, whatever they're saying to you, and you don't believe what they're saying, that it's not you, then you have to ask them what makes you think that, so you can describe to them, well, that's not me. That's not what I meant, so they can understand you. And Porsha doesn't have that ability to do that. And the reason why she doesn't, look at the people that raised her that's on this show. What does Silly say? Facts, they need a judge. Yeah, so there's going to be a judge in the situation. So, it's going to be what it's going to be, because Porsha's trying to move on without that man, Dennis. And Dennis, on his only control, his only say-so is the daughter. And he kind of is putting a stop to Porsha's fun if Pilar can't travel back and forth. Oh, thank you, LA. And thank you guys so much for the donations. I really appreciate each and every one of the donations. Silly, thank you. LA, thank you. I appreciate y'all. And I appreciate the members to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Much love. And yes, they need another season. They need another season. And the season is Dennis and his relationship, and seeing Porsha being able to accept Dennis' relationship and actually seeing these aunties do better, because this was cut short. There's some episodes that are missing. We need to see Mama Gina do better. We need to see Aunt Liz do better. We need to see Aunt Diane do better. We need to see Aunt Darlene do better. We need to see Dennis do better too as well, because Dennis, he wasn't no angel on the show. He wasn't the voice of reason. As soon as Porsha got ignorant, he got down ignorant with her. You know what I mean? That's multiple times he could have walked away, but Aunt Liz says he couldn't. But the first dinner, him and Porsha arguing, he didn't have to argue with Porsha. He's feeling a certain type of way, but at the same time, he respect and love Porsha enough to be on this show to help her with her show. But I just think the emotions came, and he wanted to make Porsha jealous and bring another girl. Oh, Porsha, like little kid shit that they're doing, between Dennis and Porsha. This is why people think that you and Dennis still have a relationship. I mean, still love each other. Very good point. Oh, this can't be a little judgmental. It's not even judgmental. It's like, you're not helping. Why are you not helping? Okay, like we went through this. We went through bad relationship, bad marriage, good relationship. So what are you trying to do? You know how the outcome is always going to end, but you can have it end a different way. When you add fuel to the fire, it's just only gonna get bigger. And it just seems like it's all right, just a tea, please. It's all good. We need to see Porsha do. That's what I want to see. I just want another season for her to do better. I want Porsha to take her phone, her computer, and I want Simon to take his phone and his computer and the people that they're going to film with it. I need you to write down everything that they say in chronological order. Remember it over and over. Study like it's a play, or something, so we can get some consistency. This show could have did a lot for Porsha. Dennis Williams family. I said Dennis Williams family. Lord, help me, Jesus. Because he's almost definitely an elder. You messed up. Yeah. I had to stop myself. So, Dennis, you see how many restaurants Dennis owns in LA? I mean, in Atlanta and all over. And over, he has so many. I watched him when the protest Black Lives Matter was going on. He was going all over the place, building restaurants and buying buildings and employing people in the middle of the pandemic. Okay, Dennis was doing that, and him and Porsha was still kind of together, still not kind of together. But in any event, all his businesses with his employees and having that add in, you got Simon has a business, he can bring the cameras in there. Porsha maybe going to film shows, maybe going into acting, being a mother, being a wife, and co-parenting with Dennis, and see how she's dealing with Dennis and him dating, and to see where Mama Gina gets, and she's going to be any different behind this situation. Did she do any self recertification or looking at self-improvement, self-analyzing, and then having Porsha mother on the show and doing more, and having everybody just combat each other, and hopefully we get to see Simon's family. You know what I mean? And then it could have been all types of stuff like Porsha's cousins. What are they doing with their life? What is Lauren doing? Her trials and tribulations and her relationship. All types of different things that they could have combated. It could have been like the Cosby Show. It could have been a really Black family that's on Bravo that's probably getting not millions of views, but something for people to watch, and it didn't have to be so drama filled. Like, nobody really thought of the big picture of what this show could have produced for Dennis' business, Simon's business, Porsha's business, Dennis's mother's business, the Aunt Liz, the foundation, and the people that she can show, and all types of different things. So we shall see. Mary Jane, no, I don't need to see more of it. She had more chances than most already. I did so bad. Like, we need a do-over. This was so bad. Not Dennis Williams. That's why I laughed. That's why I stopped myself. I said Dennis Williams. Because deep inside, when you see Porsha and you see Dennis, there's something that's still there. That's hurt. You can see the hurt in each other's eyes when they see each other. It's hurt. And that hurt is not forgiving. And they don't even have to be together, but if they can forgive one another, they will be so much more happier, and it'll be so much more pleasant. But they still don't forgive each other. And, when you hold on to that hate, when you hold on to not forgiving, that really takes a toll on you. And, you forget about it. You lock it up and put it back in your mind until you see that person and deal with that person. And you're going to have to deal with that person all the time because that's your baby daddy. And some moments she's happy with him. Some moments he's happy with her. But ultimately, they failed each other. And then it feels like there's no way back. Like Mama Gina in the beginning of the season. What did Mama Gina say? Portia's grandmother was being rude towards Dennis. And she said, "You a playboy, and I guess it's over." And then Mama Gina jumped in and said, "Well, it's never over yet." She's basically still having some hope for the relationship or thinking about it, but at the same time, she was a menace towards Porsha, and she was basically helping her son, treat Porsha like, okay, she's just, she ain't nobody. She's just one of these girls you mess with, and he didn't get it, So it is what it is. Hey, Information Man, how you doing? What's going on? You guys go check out the Information Man's channel. And please go check out Norris Tony YouTube channel too as well. Prosperity B, where you at? They wildin' right before MK. Yes, I know. Like, this is crazy. Like, Porsha, your whole family set you up. Your whole family wanted to get back at you. MAK granddaughter would never. Well, but she was raised differently. Did you see the people prosperity? Did you see the people that raised Porsha? Come on. You got the aunt that don't like her side of the family. You got the cousins talking about, oh, we don't deal with that part of the family. Deal with our side of the family. All kinds of stuff. Like, come on. And Mama Diane running and not sitting there defending her daughter and standing up to Miss Gina, just running like Porsha. Portia's being accused of running from everything, and her mother ran from the situation and not defend her own daughter. You know what I mean? Against the Williams. And it's probably because Mama Diane probably has went through a lot with this family. She probably warned Porsha not to have her father side of the family on this show, or be careful. And Porsha don't listen to reason. I know she had to warn her because Mama Diane jumped ship quick. She could have flew like she flew, but the show has been, yes, I know, Witch Hazel. This is what sucks so bad. The auntie made sure she told everybody. She told the world, like, there's another side of the family, Like, Lord, Porsha's assistants, former assistant, and assistant, they all got on Porsha. Porsha said that somebody has driven the train. I wonder, no, you stop it, Your Majesty. Lord, if he gets married and have another child, how are you going to be all in your feelings? And allegedly, you and him are already really beginning to know each other through that pandemic, because, okay. It just... Mary Jane, you showing him dancing like Michael Jackson and looking like Fat Albert. Ain't helping our visuals. He was supposed to be dancing like Omarion. Remember the Omarion challenge? But if Porsha would have showed a little bit more humbleness and tried to bite her tongue more with Dennis, I don't think things would have got that outrageous, because I think Dennis felt like he was doing her a favor, and he has been letting a lot of things slide, because Dennis was really upset when he said, you woke up in the middle of the night and bounced to London. So he's feeling away about how Porsha's living. He definitely is. Fat Albert, you are so wrong for Fat Albert. Witch Hazel, I know, she was right about that. That's so true. I can't with y'all. So please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. Good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. We're blessed. We loved. And it is what it is. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful beginning of the week. We all will have a blessed week, a great week, and we will travel safely on the highways and the byways. And each and every one of our families will be protected out here in these streets. No weapon formed against us shall ever prosper against me and my peeps and my peoples, my peep squad, the people watching the video and the people that are supporting me. Much love to y'all, and thank you for helping your sister out. And I appreciate each and every donation I received tonight, and I also appreciate all my members to the channel. Thank you so much. I love y'all. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. So we'll be back Monday for Love and Hip Hop. We got to talk about some more mess with growing up hip hop. And there's another show I want to review on OWN. But there's a whole lot going on. I want to get your take on the Kanye West and the Kim Kardashian. Is Kanye West crazy or no? Is he serious about this? Or should Kanye West have already been canceled for all the other things that he's did? Is Kim Kardashian in the right when it comes to Kanye West? Because you can never tell with these two. Can never tell with them. So we got to talk about that. You can never tell with Kanye West. Good night. They both crazy. Thank you, Jordan. Just a tea, please. I love you too, LaPrice. And you know, what's this? I had to think about it. The soursop definitely work, girl. The soursop is your friend, baby. Thank you, guys. And Prosperity B, it's good to see you. You never catch me live. I'm so glad to see you. Sincerely, I don't mean any harm Miss Sanya, but look coming. Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know you don't mean no harm. We talked. I discussed that briefly today too as well. Stay safe, ladies. Go to yes, 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 yes. LaPrice. Who doesn't want? Am I? I don't want the show canceled. After this tonight review, I want to do more. I want to do more on Porsha because, like, you just see, and then also calling out some of this mess because some of these people we got in our families that Kanye West lost his mind ever since his price. I love you guys. Much love. Good night. Good night.